hustle sote, they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar, just they get the higher power. Over naira. Still them talk say, make we off mind. But thank God say, my ego don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My people make we shout. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. My ego die the political. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. This one not they off in mind. Oh, yo, yo. My ego don't come. Oh, yo, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say, make we no talk. But thank God say, my egun don't come. So my people make you loud. Oh yo yo, my egun don't come. Oh yo yo, my people make you shout. Oh yo yo, my egun don't come. Oh yo yo. Man of the masses. Oh, yeah, my ego don't come. Oh, yeah, my ego diary politico. Oh, yeah, my ego now I'm on la moto do do. My ego diary, my ego number one. Ayekun làwa mọ̀, àmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Ayekun diary, Ayekun number one. Ayekun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará yìí. Ayekun diary, Ayekun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Ayekun diary, Ayekun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Máyégún já wa sí. Ayekun diary, Ayekun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Good evening to you, good morning to you, good afternoon to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Máyégún live. Share the broadcast. Máyégún diary, Máyégún diary, diary politico. Máyégún diary, Godfatherism. Kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Máyégún. Máyégún diary, ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹ́gbọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Máyégún diary, àní Máyégún làwa mọ̀ lójoojúmọ́. Máyégún diary. I know some of you have seen the video or the videos of the victims, the kidnapped victims of Abuja-Kaduna railway. The victims of the Boko Haram attack where they killed 8 people and they kidnapped unspecified numbers of people since March 28th of March 2022. And we have seen children, women among those being beaten by the terrorists. And not just that, they also boasted that they were going to capture Buhari. They are going to capture Rufai of Kaduna. But guess what? I can share that video with you. It is so horrible. But I will play the audio so you can hear the sound on the back end. Then I will read further. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin òun. APC, ẹgbẹ́kẹ́gbẹ́, they have destroyed Nigeria. Listen to this. Oh, you see, if to say there are more normal people in Nigeria, people who are mentally stable, by now there should have been what is called citizen arrest, where the citizens themselves, they would have, they would have taken it upon themselves to arrest Buhari, arrest Pastor Ruga, arrest Kolu Ongbon Lowo Ongbon Lorun.
and put them in the citizens' prisons. Take over. But from the record, yeah, in Nigeria, before APC, Egbekegbe came in, over 55% of Nigerians were said to be mentally unstable, then get mental problem. I didn't say it. Your government said it. Then another minister came in and he said, with their latest statistics, with the whip and the beatings you have been receiving, the trauma of Boko and the APC, Egbekegbe, the number increased from 55% mentally unstable Nigerians to over 70%. Some people are actually saying the normal people in their own city, they are now up to 5. Yes, the trauma and all of this has made it even convenient and comfortable for the rogues who have thrown you to the dogs to still be walking about, gallivanting, answering excellencies, distinguished. It is because over 75% Nigerians know normal. I didn't say it. If you want to get mad right now. I didn't say it. Your Minister of Health said that. If not because of mentally disturbed people, you should have started arresting these rogues. Share this broadcast. Thank you. Now, just listen, okay? I can't really play this video. The last time I put the video on Facebook, I received a message that said, this is too much. Now, you'll see these people on your screen. These are the remainder of those Abuja-Kaduna railway passengers who were traveling to Abuja at the time, and then the Boko Haram attacked, derailed the train, and they kidnapped many of them. Now, from this, just this weekend, we received this clip. We'll play the audio.
America, Faransa, da sauran international community, Saudi Arabia, da su shigo wannan al'amarin su ga cewa an samu maslaha. Saboda mutanen nan a gaskiya aniyar su ma ba su so mu kwana ɗaya ba, kwana 7 a biya musu bukatunsu don su sake mu. Amma gwamnatin Najeriya ta yi buris da wannan al'amari ta nuna ba ruwanta. A dalilin haka muke ƙara kira ga manyan kasashen duniya irin su Faransa da Saudiya da Saudi Arabia da Ingila da America da su taimaka da other international communities su United Nations su ECOWAS su OAU su shigo su taimake mu don su ga an samu maslaha mun koma ga iyalanmu.
Those are the victims being beaten by the terrorists. For those of you who have seen the video, is worse. These are supposed to be Nigerians. Yeah? I'm still coming. Then this is where their leader, one of those who escaped from Kuje prison, made this statement. So I will read out to you what the message is exactly. Okay, just as so many other people are joining us, remember, right? You should endeavor to drop your own offering first, which is like that broadcast, to show that you have joined us, and register your own presence by so doing. So let's proceed, because at some point I would possibly want Ahmed to join us, because in the course of this conversation tonight, I would touch some areas that I would need somebody to come and help me relate that back again in Hausa. So listen to this. They said 8 passengers were killed during that attack on the 20th of March 2022. Okay, so in their message, in quote, they said, just like the Chibok girls, hang on, it all started with this. This is our message to the government of Nigeria. And just as you have seen these people here, by God's grace, we will see your you will see your leaders, your senators and governors will come before us. These ones you are seeing here, we will keep some as our slaves and sell them off, just as our Imam told you in the past. Just like the Chibok girls that were sold off, we will equally sell these ones as slaves. If you don't adhere to our demands, we will kill we'll kill the ones we need to kill and sell the remaining. By God's grace, Rufai, Buhari, we will bring you here. That's their message. Now, this was the message that followed the video of that traumatic experience that some of you have actually seen the real video. So that then brought in mixed reactions, where some feels like, you know what? If you want to capture Boko Haram and you want to capture Rufai and the rest of all these governors, senators, capture them. Release all the innocent people that have now been caught up in your war, jihadi war in Nigeria. How many of you remember or have taken their time to research about Lebanon? I'll keep using Lebanon this time around because it is so perfect with what Nigeria is still going to become. Look forward to it. But how many of you have taken your time to really study what's happened in Lebanon in the last 60 years? It is not different from what you are witnessing in Nigeria today, and it is going to also what? It is going to get worse. Well, I'll give you an insight. They said in Lebanon back then, it was a big cosmopolitan, multicultural, multi-religious, multi-ethnic, and all of that kind of a country. A free country with open borders, because they just love, they want to share how great their country was. And you know what happened? That was when the Islamic fanatics, terrorists, used the opportunity to also gain access into the country from the northern part of the country. You know what they did? The northerners of Lebanon, they are mostly Muslims, as just like you have it in Nigeria. So having all these terrorists cross the border and sharing similar culture, religion, and few things in common, so they were easily accommodated and welcomed. So over the years, the idea of extremism, intolerance started taking place. The normal Lebanese, who never really felt so kind of attached to religion to the point that they will see their fellow countrymen as infidels, as unworthy, as worthless, to be killed and they will be rewarded for it. They started feeling same. And over time, they started spreading religion and all of that, using the welcoming and openness of the people of Lebanon of old. Now, you know, when they talk about Lebanon, you will remember Hezbollah, right? Exactly. In Nigeria, a group of terrorists, right, were trained. They were indoctrinated. They were groomed for the purpose of committing terror. And this terror, in their own idea, is going to help the spread of Islam in Nigeria. These are documented evidence starting from the northern Nigeria. And guess who started it? It is the father of the same man who said, if Nigeria wants peace, they have to listen to the terrorists. I'm talking about Osama bin Gumi. His father started it. How? He used his own closeness to the power that be. I'm talking about the premier of the northern region of then. His closeness to him, right? And then the advice and all that of the importance of the spread of Islam in Nigeria through terror. Yes, Gumi's father started it. And they started for the one purpose, to make Nigeria an Islamic country, whereby only those who profess Islamic, who profess Allah, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as their own, this and that, they are the only people who are going to be seen as worthy Nigerians. And that started from the way back in the 50s. I'm not making this up. You need to read up. So the people they trained, and they didn't just train them, they endeavored to get these indoctrinated, northerners, Islamic fanatics into your different institutions way back. And they didn't just put them there. They accelerated their promotions so that they could attain the position of making decision or altering or compromising the system for the sake of one agenda to make Nigeria an Islamic country. Listen to this, in case if you don't believe this yet. The terrorism you are seeing in Nigeria, orchestrated by the same elite from northern Nigeria, did not start today. It is just manifesting, and it is going to continue as long as every one of us, or many of us, continue to propagate this one Nigeria. You will get to know later, and this is it. In northern Nigeria, it is openly expressed. If you are not a Muslim in a way, right, you are nothing, except if they give you the privilege. It is considered as a privilege, not because you are a Nigerian. It is considered as a privilege if you ever attain any kind of position or any privilege at all. Meanwhile, you would always remain sacrificial lamb. This is something established that we have seen, and they are not afraid of it. So these terrorists came together about 13 years ago. Their founders, financiers, they are holding different political positions in Nigeria today. Their names are known, their faces are known, but guess what? They will continue to be protected. One day. So they brought them for one purpose, the purpose of making sure that Nigeria become an Islamic country. Some said it's impossible. Oh, you have no idea. It is 100% possible. To them, it is already done. Most of you, the war you don't want to fight, or the one you pretended not to be ready for, you are going to fight it. In fact, you will fight it because that's where your survivor will lie. This is it. They are not just going to bring guns. You have terrorists who declared war on Nigeria and Nigerians. And then you have those in government, who have spent all these years giving you excuses why this cannot end. Rather, they increased it. It became a big industry, a multi-billion dollars industry. So then you found all your policemen, police chiefs, military chiefs, politicians, they are now all culpable in ensuring that the spread of this intolerance. It started from northern Nigeria. Intolerance. Take a look at this. Something that will give you an insight as well to what I have been saying. Sorry if you don't possibly understand the language. There is a bit of interpretation below. Read that, okay? And then follow it. I'll be back.
Ya zagi manzo Allah Sakkwato ya yi rubutu ga Facebook. Ya faɗi maganganun da ba su da daɗin faɗi game da annabin rahama. Kuma cikin Sakkwato nace a maka yayi kure. Ai ba Sakkwato ake irin wannan shiga ta ka. Mu kashewa mu kai. Mu akan manzon Allah akan mu kashe. Don haka ba Kano bace, Kano ƴan kasuwa ne. Shi yasa kaga an ce ma manzon Allah dan luwadi an tsaya ana jayayya, an ce ma manzon Allah kwarto an tsaya ana mu na kashewa mu kai. Wallahi kwadda ma manzon Allah mu iya kamar da shi mu kashe. Allah ya gafarta mu wani yaro, naga wani bawan Allah jiya ga Facebook yace wai an ce mahaukaci ne, yace to ai mu ma mahaukata ne. Ai iyaka hankalin mu kai a taba annabi, ana taba annabi mun zama mahaukata. Wagga ita ce magana ta gaskiya. Allah shi muku albarka sakwatawan shehu. Duk wanda ya kalli Facebook da sauran social media da irin wanda an ka hito kwarkwata an ka ta gidan sarkin musulmi ya nuna sakkwata suna nan bisa ga tarbiyyar da dan hodiyo yayi musu. Don haka Allah shi muku albarka. Da an sakai ku kashe shi. Magana bai da hankali bata taso ba. To bai da hankali duk bai da wanda yaka zagi sai manzon Allah. Mu ma bamu da hankali an taba annabi. Don haka duk irin mu bai da hankali bamu da. Da an sakai ku kashe shi. Kuma ba shi da duk wanda ya taba manzon Allah ku kashe shi. Bai da hukunci ko belle ya bai taba manzon Allah bai da hukunci illa kisa. Musulmi in ya zagi manzon Allah ko ya ce ya tuba, wannan tuba ta tsakani ne da Allah amma dai sai mun kashe shi. Bai da hankali ya sanya ta ya sau waya, bai da hankali ya sanya sau data, bai da hankali ya sanya buɗe shahin Facebook, bai da hankali ya san da an kayo mai ya goge. Don mahaukaci ka waɗanga abubuwa da kun gane ku kashe shi, an sa kai ku kashe shi. Kun ba shi ɗaya ba, kwata manzo Allah ku kashe shi. Babu wani hukunci ga zagin manzo Allah illa kisa. In ka tubu wannan tsakaninka da Allah can in ya ga dama ya ga, amma dai muna an ce mu kashe ka. Kwata ba manzo Allah ku kashe shi. Kada ku tsaya faɗa ma hukuma a kashe ɗai. In ce ba an ce ba ɗaukar doka a hannu, to ci ko to an ce ya laifi ga hannu. Yawwa haji babu wani hukunci, ba wani tawili da wani zai da ka zagi manzo Allah hukuncin kisa. Ko limamin Makka ya zagi manzo Allah hukunci ne kisa, balle wadan iskan banza. Don haka ku yi tsayin kunan tarbiyyar nan da Shehu Dan Hodo yayi muku. Mu alhamdulillah kakanninmu mujahiduna ne, kuma jihadin yana nan cikin zukatanmu. In kana son ka san mujahiduna muke taba addini ha gani, taba addini. Don haka ga babu
So do you understand what indoctrination mean now? That's indoctrination. They just have to say yeah, wah. So at that moment, if he tells them that, if he told them to get up and start burning properties of infidels, they will do it, and they will believe they are doing it for Allah. Now, you see, prophets, or should I say imams like that, they are God. They are countless in northern Nigeria. Preachings like that is like normal. So that intolerance, that kind of aggressive approach to everything, right? The politicians in northern Nigeria, they understand the advantage of it. Therefore, they work in cahoots with the roguish terrorist preachers that are given free hand in northern Nigeria to indoctrinate young people, get them ready for jihad, something that will cause wreckage, havoc, death. That's normal in northern Nigeria. Now, if you think that's something that, man, this is, oh, come on. Have you listened to the president of Nigeria before? The president himself. Mumumadu, Bokwari. Aha. Okay. Now, maybe you can see through what Bokwari had to say in a moment. See through him what this imam also said without using the word kill the person that agree with us, kill the person that insult our prophet, kill this or kill that. And once you do that, you are not committing murder. But now see through that particular message, right? And this one, compare both.
Mr. President, welcome. And I've been a student of Nigeria for many years. And first of all, I want to tell you that I have never seen such a hopeful attitude toward Nigeria and the United States as since your election. So I think we all here want you to succeed. My question relates to another area of Nigeria that hasn't gotten much attention during this trip, and that is the Niger Delta. It's a challenge that you're going to face. I wonder if you would tell us how you intend to approach it with particular reference to the amnesty, bunkering, and inclusive development. Thank you.
Inclusive government. Inclusive government. You know, how you include, women, youth. I see.
Yes. I hope you have a copy of the election results. Naturally, constituencies, for example, that gave me 97%, cannot, in all honesty, be treated on some issues with constituencies that gave me 5%. I think this is a political reality. While certainly there will be justice for everybody, everybody will get his constitutional right. But where the party in constituencies where they either share hard work, they made sure that they got their people to vote and to ensure their vote count, they must feel that the government has appreciated the effort they put in putting the government in place. I think that's really fair.
Do you understand that? That's the president of Nigeria 7 years ago. And some of us who knew before they came in, we knew it was going to end like this. You get that? Now, the constituents or the constituency that gave him 97% of the vote, yeah, and those who gave him 5%, everybody is now collecting. You know, you have 774 local government areas in Nigeria. Yes, that's the total local government areas in Nigeria. But I can boldly tell you right now that under this terrorist government, yeah, Nigeria have lost over 200 of such local government areas to the total controls of terrorists. They have Nigerians in different cages all over Nigeria as we speak. Some of them have been sold off. Do you know that 110 Chibok girls have still not been accounted for? Sold off, right? Now, under this rogue, everybody is what? Collecting. But don't forget, there were those who knew the genesis of this whole thing. When these terrorists, some of them, when they started attacking, and people were rising up to say, we don't want this, we reject this. So many of them said, asking these terrorists to be wiped off is an indirect request, asking that the population of northern Nigeria should be wiped off. So they play politics. They welcomed the terrorists. They accommodated them. They were like, they felt like they were doing everyone. They were doing themselves. Over the years, these terrorists have now gained enough ground to welcome others too. Look at us today. There are those who actually knows how they deployed these terrorists in 2014, 2015. It was a jihad that they declared before they even take power. Just a reminder.
We have a confession that the media has not given appropriate attention. Kawu Baraje Alhaji was a leading chieftain of the APC, and he has confessed that they imported the foreign mercenaries who have become bandits. He has confessed. How much more evidence do you need? He has confessed that they imported them for the elections. This is public. Why is the media not following up? Why are we not asking for accountability? So it seems very clear to me and to so many others. If you're in the public space, you hear people talking and pointing fingers. The ruling party is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria. My name is Martin Onovo. I said it. APC is the direct sponsor of insecurity and terrorism in Nigeria. Ask me for the evidence.
What are the facts?
Good. I just gave you confession of Kawu Baraje.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, Miyetti Allah made a public statement that if you want peace in your state, don't call any meeting. Provide land for Fulanis in your state. Public statement. Miyetti Allah. Miyetti Allah is a collaborator with the ruling party. We had a report that the ruling party funded Miyetti Allah to the tune of 100 billion. I wasn't there when the payment was made, but that's in the public domain. We had an official report that the government of Nigeria was going to establish a radio station in collaboration with Miyetti Allah, where Fufude, the Fulani tribal dialect, will be the language of communication. Now, interesting.
Abi, it's just a reminder. I will give you my own sound bites. Do you want to hear more from Onovo? Listen.
I have the number of the rifle. I can send it to you by SMS. I just need to check my records. I have the rifle number. We have it, the authority of retired Colonel Nyam, that the Fulani headsmen repelled in Ogoja were using Nigerian army rifles from the barracks in that vicinity, and that the soldiers came to collect the rifles back. Now, who is the commander-in-chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces? Who should be responsible for the activities of these armed forces? We have it on the authority of General Danjuma. Danjuma has commanded these forces. We have it on the authority of General Danjuma. That the armed forces are conniving with the bandits that are killing citizens. How much more evidence do you want? How much more evidence? We have hard physical evidence. We have testimonies from relevant authorities. How much more evidence do you want to know that the ruling party in Nigeria, the APC, is the sponsor of insecurity and terrorism? How much more evidence? I don't need any more evidence. I am 1000% convinced, and nobody has contrary evidence. The APC, the ruling party in Nigeria, is the direct sponsor of terrorism and insecurity in Nigeria.
That is damning. For the fact that the Nigerian government sponsored terrorism has finally been institutionalized under this Buhari's regime.
I forgot one point. The trial in Dubai. The trial in Dubai, where some Nigerians were convicted for terrorism financing in Nigeria. The published report say that they were traced to people high up in government. So how much more evidence do we need? All the evidence is out there.
How many more do you want? I was seeing it on Twitter earlier where some people were identifying their family members who are members of, who are one of those victims of Kaduna-Abuja railway. They were some were identifying their brothers, some were identifying their sisters there, some identified their lecturers there, you know. But what does your government do or give in fight against terrorism, genuinely, other than to pamper them? We know the collusion, we know all the collaboration. Then what about the funding? You know what they did with these Kaduna-Abuja victims? Yeah. The terrorists who took them demanded that all their leaders that were being locked in Kuje prison, that they must be released, or else they will start killing the victims. Then the powerful people, cold-hearted criminals in government, they decided to go and make deals for those who are like elites among the kidnapped victims. Guess how much that cost them? 800 million naira. That's how much they paid about 2 weeks ago for the release of 7 prominent, as they call them, prominent people among the kidnapped victims. One of them, I think a Chinese or a Korean, I don't know, but is an expatriate, as they said. He paid 200 million. 6 other Nigerians paid 100 million naira each. Right? But you know what happened? That wasn't until they broke into Kuje prison. Guess who collected the ransom? One of those released, or should I say escaped? No. You will say escaped. No, I would say released terrorist leader, Boko Haram leader. One of them who was there collected the 800 million naira cash before they released those 7. You saw those 40 something, including children. Those are the commoners like me and you. If now me and you get caught up there where we want to take 100 million, now we go to collect the whip. Now we then go sell off as slaves. Now we then go. They said they will kill those they will kill. And you know what? Just 2 days after they broke into Kuje prison, they collected 800 million naira, released 7 people. It's not their first time. That's actually how they run the terrorism industry in northern Nigeria under this APC. So what your reaction is, or whatever your reaction will be at the end of the day, just have it at the back of your mind that everything happening in Nigeria today, the terrorism you are witnessing today, did not start today. It was pre-planned. And as we speak, those who knows are brazen up. I want to say, Bakasi's, there's this thing that Bakasi said sometimes ago, and I want to replay that like this.
Will they get job? The answer is no. Imagine if you summon all the lawyers we have in Nigeria, will we select the Attorney General that we have now?
Come on. With all the sons we have.
These are the questions. We have compromised standard and we are paying with our safety. And we are going to clap for them until 2023. Just because people are come from a certain place and they should play with our safety. That is what is happening. What they are telling you is that they can come anywhere and take anywhere. But the point is that let them be fast.
They should take everywhere.
Oh yeah, let them take it now. Between now and 2023. Because their backers will leave by then. No, if they better hurry up. They better hurry up. If they want to take the whole of Kaduna and North, let them take now. Before 2023.
So it will not stop there. Because they will come further down.
Bro, listen, let me tell you. No crime happens without cover at the top. And the people covering them will leave by 2023, whether they like it or not. Because the people of this country were fed up. We cannot have these people continue beyond 2023.
No,
Because if they want to burn down the place, there will be people who will be willing to do it with them. You understand? So let whatever they want to take, if they want to take half now, if they want to come and occupy a barrack, let them be occupying it now. Because those people who are giving them cover will leave. Look, there are certain people who will not touch the corridors of power. If those of us who are sane have our way.
Of course.
We are taking note of them now. Their silence, the role they are playing, even if some of them are from the south, the co-conspirators, we are taking note of them.
We're watching.
We are watching them. Are they going to run for offices? Are we going to keep quiet? There will come a time when they will come cap in hand begging for votes. We will speak.
As long as they don't need.
They will remind them of their
Oh, we will speak.
and what they have done.
We will speak.
Which is what we said earlier.
All these things, if there's a grand conspiracy, be it of silence or accomplice or whatever, but people know what they are doing with our collective national security. Look at, never in the history of this country has our psyche been this damaged, this compromised. Because what we are telling the sub-region is that militiamen from Togo can come and take part of Lagos.
100%. We don't even see the bigger picture.
Because if the ragtag bandits, as you call them, can come and...
No be everybody they think. Like Bakassi said, if sane people, the few number of sane people, if they had their ways, they would never, ever keep up with this madness. Of course, the few sane people are telling you, break up this contraption, cut this tumor, end this cancer before it hits us so deeper, and then to the state of no return, where everybody go just wake up dead. That's kind of ironical, isn't it? Bakassi says something about the conspiracy of silence, complicity, and a little bit of underhand cooperation. He's talking about Tifnumbu. He's talking about Atiku. Atiku publicly said, open grazing or ban of open grazing in southern Nigeria is undemocratic, unconstitutional, and it's completely against the northern Nigeria, because he had to appeal to the base that he believed controls the power, the Fulani oligarchy. It's so crazy, isn't it? The conspiracy of silence is costing you your sanity, because you are just a moment away from disaster. No joke. You see, those who are living in Borno, they know the danger they are living around, right? Living with, right? How about you living in Abuja, and then you suddenly found yourself in the dungeon, in the enclave or conclave of the terrorists that your government is unable to conquer. Suddenly, you are just on a train ride. Now your life is hanging in the balance. Here you are. We are probably fighting for your life. Is that not something? Ish. There is conspiracy of silence. And the rogues who are silent about this are the same people who are telling you they have the solution. They don't have any jack shit solution. Tifnumbu, for 7 years, even up till now, is telling you he is going to continue from where Buhari is going to stop. No be die, be that. Die. Buhari said APC, Egbekegbe, would bring back your Chibok girls. They didn't tell you that they were actually going to add Kagara, Kajuru, what's this one? I forgot the name. And every other schools that they have massively kidnapped your children, sold them off as slaves, or traded them off for ransom in the last 7 years. Then Tifnumbu said he's coming to finish you up. Now your choice, so go for it. Do go for it. Atiku Abubakar is a closet terrorist among them, among those who brought this upon you in the first place. How could you forget that? How could you suddenly found those who brought this calamity upon you, this division, this bloodbath, this endless generational, terrorism that they have brought upon you? How could you suddenly see them as those that will take you out of it? Simply because they are now speaking the language that sounded like a comfort zone. How could you? That's why so many of us are never falling for this. Trust me. We won't. Especially when you know that the agenda itself and the conspiracy is so deep. And if you pay attention very well, none of this is in your interest, whether to gain further education, whether to gain a better one, or even to have access to the better healthcare, even to have access to better infrastructures that make life meaningful, to stay safe in your different communities as you would want to progress and then succeed wherever you found yourself in any part of Nigeria. Those are common wishes that are not too hard to come by. But since the system is compromised enough, right, everything is what? It's gone south. If it's gone south, probably would have been better. It's gone north, cold. It's gone shoko. And every one of these rogues that parade themselves as your savior is a partner, is an actor, is a partaker in whatever has befallen Nigeria today. So if they come back to say they are going to be part of the solution, how dare you believe them to the point that you are repeating their lies as your own refuge in a way? Believing them, that's like self-injury, isn't it? They intentionally empowered terrorists to spread fear, terrorism, and then they put together a system that continue to encourage them, right, to finance them. And you are here, somehow, thinking all of this is just going to disappear by the fact that you would have another election. Anyway, hold on. I was reading somewhere where, well, I think it was Atiku that first thrown the first jibe, and it was against Kolu. Just like I said, if these people have shame, they should never even be seen anywhere at all with the flag of APC, if they have any shame. But Nigeria is a place that crime is so rewarded and criminals are highly compensated. Just pay attention. You will see where you fit into all of this. That's where Nigeria is. That's why you will continue to have APC, walk about, shoulder high, telling you they have done better or done their best, and they will do more than what you have witnessed so far. I was reading somewhere, it was Atiku who said, if anybody want to even say they want to be president of Nigeria, it shouldn't be Kolu. And mind you, it's because APC don't give a piece of SHIT for you or anybody. That's why they will go ahead to pick up a Muslim ticket. And listen to this. So some of them, if you go out there now, if you see anybody telling you passionately about, it's not about religion, it's not about this or that, you realize that some of them are from northern Nigeria. Imagine northern Nigeria Muslims, these fanatics, who don't care. Let me tell you how they work. In northern Nigeria, these fanatics, they have their own kind of defined type of Islam. And if you are an Islamic or a Muslim, right, you are not expected, right, to give protection to anyone who is not a Muslim. They are considered infidel. This level of intolerance is what makes northern Nigeria scary, especially in the time of politics. So it's a two-way thing. There are Muslims who consider themselves as moderate. They don't reason that way. They don't see anything, they don't support violence, so to say. But you know one thing, in the book of all these fanatics who have now gained access to different political power, different institutions, including your military, those ones, they might be considered, they might be looking at, they might be seeing themselves as Muslims, right? But they are not. In their book, just like the Boko Haram, okay, put it this way. You see Boko Haram that is killing people because of this religion and all of that, those are the armed ones who have the guns. Those who are protecting the ones with guns, they are deadlier than the Boko Haram. That is why when Boko Haram kill, there will always be protection for them. Because you know what? When Boko Haram kill Christians, kill Muslims, they consider the Muslims they are killing as not proper Muslims and infidels. You see, in northern Nigeria, one of the myth lies they have told you for so long is that northern Nigeria is a Islamic region is because you see so many of them sharing, bearing Islamic name. Abi, you will see many of their women and their men dressing just same way culturally, the way they dress and all of that make you think everybody is a Muslim there. Now here's the division. The fanatics among them consider those who are, who kind of a house anyone who is not a Muslim, who support anyone who is not a Muslim, who actually protect anybody who is not a Muslim in times of a jihad in northern Nigeria, even though they are Muslims themselves, right? They are considered as not proper Muslims for having to pity infidels. So they kill them too. Do you get that? Do you get that now? This is what the fear of Islamic North is for real. Number one, there is no majority Islamic North. Take that to the bank. And they will never agree. They will kill you if you say that in public. Now, they may say they should kill you. That you are saying that northern Nigeria is not majorly Islamic. It's not. If it is, ask them, make them do census. But you will see some of their women bearing Afusa, bearing different names that are similar, somehow to Islamic name, right? And you think they are Muslims. They are not. Now, this is the danger they live in northern Nigeria. You now see this level of intolerance, the intolerance of those they call, their preachers and all of that, right? Protected by those who found themselves in government, as I've said earlier. That same intolerance is what APC, Egbekegbe, gave to Tifnumbu as condition. You are not a real Muslim. They may be calling you Alaji. Yes, they say you are Alaji. We don't care. We know you are not a real Alaji. Do you know that these fanatics from northern Nigeria, like I just described them to you, even if you are a Muslim from southern Nigeria, you are working on a hot coal, on fire, and you are pretending too. That is why you see some of them, some of our brothers and sisters who easily agree with these terrorists from northern Nigeria, is because they want to belong. They wanted to be validated. They wanted to be seen as a real Muslim. Now this idea of intolerance is now spreading to southern Nigeria, especially Yoruba land, because people are trying to validate themselves. They told Tifnumbu, Shebi, you are Alaji. We don't believe you. You are pagan. We know many of you who claim to be Muslim from southern Nigeria. You do something else. You do ritual. You carry a ball, you do this, you do that, you will be wearing this, you will be, all of that stuff. They know them. And according to them, those things are un-Islamic. And we know all of you, they do so many of you, you know that thing. That is their mentality. That is why they would never, maybe some of you don't know this, maybe you know that before, maybe you knew it, I'm going to repeat it and tell me if I'm lying. You will never see them come into, they say they will never let a Yoruba man lead them in prayer. I actually never paid attention to that until I researched and I found out that that is largely true. Although it is not 100% true, because if I remember very well, I've seen some of these our Hausa traders in Odogbolu. They have worshipped with us in Jumat. That Jumat at Odogbolu garage. I used to worship there myself, to pray there Friday, when I was about 8 and 15 or 14, I don't know. Then in my local mosque, Idera Mosque in Odogbolu, I remember that we had some of these Hausas who lived here with us in Odogbolu. Then they usually come in, and our imam in Odogbolu, then put it this way, our imam in my local mosque, was from Ilorin. Alhaji Ayinla. Our imam, the Central Mosque, Odobolu Central Mosque, the chief imam for that one, Alhaji Ojulari, is also a Yoruba man with an affiliation to Ilorin. So it's recently they said, no, my no, they mix them together. They're not talking about Hausas. Hausas are just like every regular normal, people who also welcome these Fulanis that eventually infiltrated them. And at the end of the day, the casualties of this Islamic Sunni Shiite, all this stuff, the casualties are majorly Hausas. I said, oh, I never pay attention to that. But again, I just found out, they know they enter anywhere where they know say na Yoruba mosque be this. They know they go there and allow a Yoruba man to lead them in prayer. Because according to them, how could they let a pagan to lead them in prayer? Do you understand? And this thing is also real. So that is why they told Tifnumbu, you might be allergy, you might be this or that. We don't give a damn about that. We are never going to let a pagan lead us. We are never going to let infidel lead us. That was why they took your genius Tifnumbu, vibrating Tifnumbu. Baba ongbon lowo ongbon lorun. They said he has to pick a jihadi sympathizer financier. Should that one even make any sense to you? Do you know those who raised the alarm first? They are the northern Muslims. They said they are not Fulani, but they are northern Muslims. They are the first who raised the alarm. They said, you do this one? How could you think this through? You guys don't care. They said, we not be saying we don't care, but I just want to win. Just win. It's not about anything where anybody talk. Now they are passionately telling you, it no mean. You better get ready and prepared. It go mean more than anything. Go the push within the push. I was talking, somebody said that, you this Mayegun, why is it just about Tifnumbu? Why is it just about Tifnumbu? I am trying to save you. Same way I was screaming 8 years ago. 8 years ago, I was like this, same way. You see the way you are watching me right now? This is the same way I was 8 years ago, where they talk what I know, what I knew then about this APC, these strange bedfellows, their agenda, what they are planning to do. Today, they don't prove me right, even more than myself can even myself envisaged. Now I'm trying to save you now. Now you are here, clinging on to the, are you not a Yoruba man? Want to buy, could you buy money? We have seen what this is all about. Whether you vote for APC, whether you vote for PDP, the picture is clearer. Atiku is the friend of Miyetti Allah. Atiku stands with extension of Ruga, the establishment of, what did they call them? Open grazing and the rest of them. You know what in talk, Oh my. Atiku personally believe that for Yorubas to react the way they reacted into making laws to set up Amotekun. Listen to this fraud and lies. Atiku, that is just another Buhari Pro Max, same way Kolu Jagabanditi is also Buhari Pro Max. You see this Atiku, right? When the Yoruba said we want to protect our people, protect, and stop all these attacks on our farms and our farmers, giving us what we call the food crisis in Yoruba land. We know we have been targeted politically, right? But nevertheless, this physical one, we can rebuff that. We are going to establish a security outfit. Atiku was one of those who rejected it. You know what he said? He said, what we need to do is to devolve more powers to the local government, and at the same time, to devolve more powers to the police commissioners. That is his own idea of restructuring, okay? Now, they have rearranged that lies in what he called his book of his agenda, Abi. But meanwhile, his real agenda is that you can't do that. According to them, they know that before you can successfully establish your own security outfits, that is so independent of any interference from anyone, you will need to go and change Nigeria constitution. They know it. But nevertheless, the Yoruba governors felt like they could pull it off. So they decided to use their own House of Assemblies to make laws that allowed them to establish Olopa Amotekun. Atiku kicked against it. That's so unconstitutional. It was targeted at Fulanis. You are targeting the people who have no other means. You can't just target them. The government needs to provide for them. The government needs to make arrangements for them before you can then make laws that says they shouldn't roam their cows. And then he made himself an example. He said, I have over 1,000 cows. I don't roam them about. Hello. Do you understand what that means? It is part of the GBT. How? Atiku have 1,000 cows, he claimed. They don't roam about because Atiku build ranches for them. And Atiku knows that, cattle business is a private business. But the Yorubas that made laws to ban open grazing because people who said they don't have a place, they don't have places to put their cows. Now they are wreaking havoc, destroying farms, wrecking economy of a Yoruba land, among other things. Atiku said that was too harsh. It was aimed at these people that the government should provide for them first before you can then make laws to say they cannot roam their cows. Maybe they haven't told you more. Maybe you haven't paid attention more. Of course, he is appealing to the base of those who are not just roaming cows. They are not interested in cows. This is not about cows. This is about a total takeover, of Nigeria without possibly fighting any war other than spreading fear, disarming the South, and sharing the South among themselves permanently this time around. Instead of sharing the resources of Southern Nigeria alone, why not just share everything and own everything and make it in the name of Nigeria? And who are those who are going to benefit? The likes of Atiku, of course. So, if that is making you look confused, it's because you want to be confused. I'm not confusing you. I'm trying to tell you here that none of them has any real thing for you. And as long as the agenda is to keep Nigeria one, you are just keeping your doomsday active. Or you can cut the cancer by pulling out of the entire charade now that you know better. Because as it is, you are on your own. So Atiku, who is against this, will say anything, will do anything just to what? Just to become your president. Afterward, you would have to battle the battle of your life like you are doing right now against APC, as it is. So the terrorists have now said that, listen, we are ready for all of you. If you don't know, the last 7 years has been the best 7 years of their campaigns. 12 years of terrorism in Nigeria. This is the first time in 7 years in their history that terrorism has become so lucrative in Nigeria. I am not joking. Billions of naira. They have done the estimate. They said over $6 billion are exchanging hands between terrorists and the family of their kidnapped victims, then between terrorists and the government officials of Nigeria, between terrorists and the gun runners of Nigeria. It has been a so much lucrative business that, listen, if you don't have a clue, that Nigeria is so gone as we speak, under this roguish government, it has become so convenient for terrorists to invade government barracks where soldiers, they were trained, right, to defend Nigeria, where they are, and the weapons they are bought to defend Nigeria are being completely confiscated, carted away by the same terrorists. Terrorists are more harmed than the government soldiers. And guess what? The conspiracy runs deeper than what you can even imagine. It's not because the terrorists are so invincible, so this or that. No. There are those who have already compromised the security architecture of Nigeria, okay? To the point that from within, the system itself sell intel to terrorists to ambush their own personnel who are slaughtered like nothing. So it's become a big industry that it is no longer about Boko Haram. You've got others too. Now they are now telling you that they have the capacity to take over Nigeria. Some of you are thinking, it's impossible. Or more. It is over possible because you are on your own. The conspiracy runs deep, deeper than anything. Tifnubu had no clue. He wants to be president, right? Atiku understands this, and his own is to stabilize it for you. I mean, stabilize it for them in a way that you will think maybe there's a kind of a dint of hope when there is none. Keeping Nigeria together is a threat to my life. Keeping Nigeria together under this arrangement is a threat to your life. Anyone campaigning to be president of Nigeria with the intention of keeping Nigeria together as it is a threat to your life. You don't need to agree with me. You don't need to believe me, but you will figure it out eventually. Do you know the popular prayer? May Nigeria not happen to you. May Nigeria not happen to me. Some will say, may Nigeria not happen to the people we love. But there are categories of breakfast that Nigeria serves. And as I'm talking to you today, even the terrorists will let you know that they don't spare anyone, right? So if there is any intention, anybody campaigning that they want to keep Nigeria one, in your own state of mental health, right? Listen to me. You should begin to see them as a threat to your life. And this threat is real. And your reaction to this threat cannot be controlled, must not be controlled, should never be controlled. Because if you know better, I'm talking about those who are currently in the captivity of the terrorists as we speak, those who have 50 people got kidnapped yesterday, and then many others got killed. It is like everyday mental sum. Everybody is just waiting for their turn. Turn by turn Nigeria Limited. If those in captivities right now, if they have an opportunity, just a second opportunity that you ask them, would you want Nigeria to remain what it is? In your own opinion, under these life and death circumstances, my brothers and sisters, majority of them will tell you no. And therefore, if anybody is running around, if anybody is trying to convince you, if anybody is selling you that hope, that lie, my brothers and sisters, if you react harshly, if you react angrily, if you react aggressively, if you react insultingly, my brothers and sisters, it is justified. You know why? The existence of Nigeria under this arrangement is a threat to your life. If you haven't been thinking about it, I'm asking you to now. And it will touch everyone. And just like the breakfast, we will all eat our breakfast. And it doesn't matter who you are, a Christian or a Muslim, a Northerner or a Southerner, a Yoruba or an Igbo man, an Hausa or Fulani, wherever you might come from. You see where they are taking you to. Seriously, eh?
Oh, gbogbo ala máa jẹ breakfast. Àsìkò tó ní kálukú máa jẹ tiẹ̀ ọ̀tọ̀ọ̀tọ̀ ni. Summa billah.
I didn't create these problems. In fact, you can consider me as one of those who want you to believe that you cannot wish away these problems, but you should take your time to understand it as well. Not this sign of submission that many people have grown to get used to. In the will, to the submission of the will of God, only God can help us now. That kind of submission, that kind of, that many people have picked